Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Europa Universalis IV, playing with the new Emperor expansion, and I'm excited about this one. Obviously, I took a short break from EU4 after the expansion release because we had done a big multiplayer series, and also, we've been playing EU4 for a little bit, so I wanted to take a small break. Also, I wanted to give Paradox a chance to kind of iron out some of the bugs that we discovered when the expansion first came out, which I understand they have more or less fixed. So, now is a perfect opportunity to get back into some more EU4, especially for an achievement run, and the achievement I have in mind is On the Rhodes Again, which requires that we play as the Knights Hospitaller, also known as the Knights of St. John. Our goal is to core Constantinople, Antioch, and Jerusalem. And while we're at it, we might as well go for the King of Jerusalem achievement as well. I mean, it's the same basic conquest anyway, right? Now, that may sound like a really hard thing to do playing as a one-province minor. It's definitely one of the more difficult achievements that was introduced with the latest expansion. But the new Knights mission tree is actually quite enjoyable and also facilitates some pretty good early aggression, especially against Byzantium in the first few years of the game. And then beyond that, it gets kind of zany, such as finding the Fountain of Youth or perhaps the Ark of the Covenant. Pretty cool things, I would say. I figured out a strategy that seems to work pretty well depending on a few RNG factors. Let's give it a go in Iron Man today and see if I can replicate that. And here we are. Okay, first things first, we need to take a look at some diplomatic situations. Now, our early allies are likely going to be Venice, possibly Hungary, Austria, or Poland, if we're lucky. The odds of pulling off one of these guys in the early game seem pretty low, though. We may have to settle for Albania and their super general. But let's take a look real quick at Hungary. Yeah, they're rival to Venice. So if we were to ally up Venice, then Hungary, which is probably the easiest of the three for us to get as an ally, is not going to be much of an option. So we're kind of stuck at this point with going for a Venice alliance at the beginning of the game, which is unfortunate, but oh well. Poland's also rival to Hungary, and Austria is rival to the Ottomans, but no one else that I really care about. Alright, well, we might be able to make something work there, but for now, Venice is going to have to do. Okay, so what is the early strategy? Well, the early strategy is to basically become Byzantium. That is to say, we take Constantinople and Athens for ourselves, and then we vassalize Byzantium, and then integrate them in a little bit later. So we need to kind of do a little bit of a table switch with them and take everything that they have. Now, that would seem really difficult to do. We'd have to spend some time building up a spy network and get a claim, and then try to bring someone in with the promise of land. Or we could take advantage of the new missions tree for the Knights, which actually makes this process really easy. Sway the Pope is a new mission, which requires the Papal State's opinion to be 150. If we can do so, they will give me permanent claims on Morea and the Aegean Archipelago, which is everything right here. That's not bad. Now you might say, well, it's going to take a very long time to get opinion up to 150 with the Papal State. Well, you'd be wrong, because we can take advantage of the new indulgence for your sins mechanic as a Catholic, which gives me 75 more opinion. So instead of spending another couple years raising up opinion, we only need to spend a few months to get the Papal State up that way, which is going to be very, very nice for me. So that's what I'm going to try for. Now here's where the real trick comes in, and this is where some RNG is going to play a role. One, Venice needs to become my ally. We need their navy. I need them to become friendly to me. So if they're not friendly and they wait a very, very long time, well then I'm just screwed and I'm going to have to try it again. Secondly, while we are fighting Byzantium, there is a chance, a good chance, that the Ottomans are going to declare a war on Byzantium. If they do so, then vassalizing them is not in the cards unless we are prepared to defend ourselves against the Ottomans. Now, this is where, if things had been different and Hungary was not a rival to Venice, maybe instead of jumping immediately into a war in the next 2 years of the game, I would have spent some time trying to secure an alliance with Hungary and Venice both, and then call them in defensively against the Ottomans so I can try to stomp on them in the next few years. Very high risk, high reward. That does not look like it's going to work for me this time around, so we're going to have to play it a little bit more conservatively and just try to get Venice to do most of the heavy lifting for me. Alright, so let's go ahead and collect a bit of trade up in Constantinople. We are going to just go ahead and get rid of the fort here in Rhodes, because if anyone lands here, we're pretty much just dead anyway. Now, we do want to take, let's say, my trade ships, and we'll go protect trade in Constantinople. We're going to go ahead and reduce my army maintenance a bit, and then I'm going to take the rest of my navy, and we're going to take advantage of one of the key reasons you play as the Knights. I think we are the only Catholic nation, if not one of the Catholic nations, that is capable of raiding coasts at the beginning of the game. Right over here, may raid coasts of all non-Catholics. And guess what? We're surrounded by a lot of non-Catholics. This is pretty nice, because it's going to get me an absolute ton of money at the beginning of the game. Oh, also because we're a theocracy, we need to choose an heir. I just go with a nobility guy. 423, that's not too bad. Let's actually swap to an admin focus right now, because once I take Constantinople and stuff early on, that's going to take a lot of power, and I don't need the military tech right off the bat. If this was a multiplayer game, different matter entirely, but for now, that's fine. Let's also go ahead and start building up some more troops or ships, do we think? Let's try building up a couple of galleys. Well, maybe just one for now, but if we can build up a second one, that would be ideal. I would like to get to my naval force limit, and the reason why is there's another mission right here, the Crusader Fleet. If we can build up to our force limit and also get an admiral, we'll have permanent claims on the Aleppo area and the Palestine area, as well as some galley combatability. And guess what? Those are the claims you need to complete the achievement. So if you can get really lucky by taking out Byzantium immediately, then time the perfect war against the Mamluks and snag Antioch and Jerusalem, you can get this achievement really fast. Now, I don't anticipate we're going to get that lucky. Things always go wrong. But wouldn't it be nice if that were to happen? That'd be awesome. Let's go ahead and raid the coast. Say, look, money. We're just going to sail all the way around over here and take everything we can get our filthy little paws on. And now, again, a really big part of this strategy is going to come down to Venice playing ball and becoming friendly so that they're willing to ally me. No idea if they're going to do that anytime soon. I've gotten lucky where they've been willing to do so in the first few months, and I've gotten unlucky where they're not willing to do so for like the next 5 years. So it depends on a lot of different factors, a lot of which are outside of your control. I may very well have to just kind of reset if that does happen. Let's see. Venice is allied to Sealy. That's interesting. And for some reason, they don't seem to have a trade league. Did they disband it? Why would they do that? That would make a whole lot of sense. Well, either way, the strategy remains the same. We're just going to raid the coasts. We're going to take as much as we can. If we're lucky, we get up to southern... Oh, they did start a trade league. If we're lucky, we do get to raid southern Greece before Tunis does, but they tend to beat me there for whatever reason, which I find very irritating, but there we go. We can do this like every, what, 10, 15 years? And note, by the way, that we have a capacity of 346 sailors. We're going to get up to like a couple thousand already. And yes, we did get to raid their coasts. Sweet, that's extra cash for me. There's 63 right there. Let's get up over Mia. Venice wants me to join a trade league. I'm not especially eager to do this. However, it would get me a lot of extra opinion kind of early on. We're going to try it. And I'm going to accept that we're not going to have a lot of trade power. Not that I have much to begin with. If it gets me extra control in southern Greece, that's fine. And actually, once I cease being a one-province minor, I think we leave the trade league automatically. So that's not a massive deal. So let's go ahead and dock my fleet back on up. We can already replace that that fort that we demolished. That's not a big deal. Now, we do want to get up to 50 opinion with the Papal State. That is the magic number for us right now. Because at that point, I can send them a gift to get 25 opinion, then get the indulgence for another 75, and then boom, we're at 150. Not that it matters too much until we are able to get the alliance with Venice. And right now I'm sitting at 88 opinion. So this is where some luck is going to be playing a role. And I may very well have to restart. Byzantium allied Serbia. It seems like 70+% of the time that's what they do, though I have seen them ally Crimea or Circassia on occasion. But it's almost always going to end up being Serbia. And it's just annoying, because Serbia is actually a fairly large-ish nation in the Balkans. But Venice can deal with that if we do call them in with the promise of land. The real trick is making sure that I don't lose my navy. Oh, Venice is ready to go. Hang on. Hang on. We can actually go super duper fast. Wait a minute. I was expecting to have to wait a much longer time, but this is perfect. This is perfect. Let's go ahead and get some generals going. Just see what we got. Oh, my man. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, my main leader is a 2-siege general, which is really good at the beginning of the game, plus some extra shock. I like that. Let's immediately secure the alliance with Venice, which, they're doing it for me. Okay. I'm telling you, okay, so I've done like 6 different test games. The first 3 went without a hitch. The next 3 came all down to just bad luck with Venice. So the fact that we're getting them on hand immediately is awesome. However, oops. I did make one error in not checking this first. The Papal State does not like Venice, so we just lost some opinion. Alright, well, while we are trying to get that back up, let's see if we can get Albania up there as well. Now, I don't expect that I'll be able to call them in on a war, but having an extra ally is not a bad idea. Oh, we should also go to our estates. Let's go to the clergy and say... Actually, no. Let's go to the military and get the primacy of the military so we have some extra military power coming in that way. I don't want to lose a lot more crown land. Some people say that it's better just to go ahead and grab all of these and just accept the penalty. And maybe it is. I'm not sure. I haven't played with it that much. Let's summon a diet. And we can go for a proposal. Make the Pope like me. Already working on that, so that's easy. 50 prestige is a lot. Yeah, we'll go for the proposal of the clergy and try to make them happy. I'm going to get to 100 opinion easily. I just have to wait a few more months to get this up here. That is all that we got to do. I'm going to grab my navy, put them together. Army is ready to go. I'm a little concerned that we're making a mistake in building the ship and we should swap over to an army, but to be frank, I don't know. Maybe not. Hey, Byzantium's at war already. They're attacking Epirus, who is alone and has no friends. Well, this does probably mean that Byzantium is going to have their forces kind of split at the beginning of this war. Which, if Venice is going to pop in here with their navy and help me dominate the area, we can cause some serious problems for these guys. Very serious problems. But it requires demolishing their navy. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab myself an admiral. Okay, not a terrible admiral. I'll take it. We need an admiral anyway for our mission, and this could help me secure some of the early naval advantage against the Byzantines. They have a pretty large navy at the beginning of the game. Enough to be a bit of a threat to me. Looks like Epirus was able to grab Maria, like, super fast. That's kind of awkward and unexpected, but okay. Byzantium's moving all their troops down here to Athens. That complicates things, because I usually can pop in here and siege on Athens, and they can't do anything, and they just sort of bounce around for a bit until Venice deals with them. Now I can go to Constantinople, but I can't necessarily guarantee that I'm going to get the siege of Athens like I wanted. So, okay. In some ways, this run is looking pretty good, and in some ways, it's not as good. We'll see. Albania is almost ready to give me an alliance, which I would probably be willing to take. I mean, hopefully the Ottomans don't do anything against them right away. They might, but Venice is also guaranteeing their independence, so who knows, really. One more month is really all I need, and Byzantium's troops are all stuck over here. You know, if I were able to bring my navy over here, we could actually trap his army so they have to go around Athens and give myself some more time for Venice to be helpful. Could work. Could work. Let's go ahead and pull back. Do I want to spend... I could save myself 25 ducats if we wait one more month. I think that's worth it. Let's try to get the alliance secured here with Albania. Okay, so we at least have that going. So that's something. And then, yeah, okay, here's some intelligence. Hello. Yeah, they're all kind of sitting around in a weird spot. All their troops are right here. If Venice were to help me, we could actually be fine. If not, then they're going to jump on me pretty hard. I may have to go up to, like, Constantinople and wait for Venice to be helpful. I wanted to jump in here and be an early aggressor, but I think we got to wait a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull back here on the Papal State. We are going to send them a gift of 75 ducats. That should give me the 22 opinion that I need. Then we are going to buy an indulgence for my sins for less than 10 ducats. That should give me the 150 I need, and now we can sway the Pope. And just like that, I have claims on everything right here. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Also, we completed the estate agenda, so I get a little extra loyalty from them. Not that it matters too much, but hey, I will take what I can get. Okay, so against Byzantium, we are going to promise Venice some land, and we're going to try to take Achaia over here. They will likely focus a lot of their attention over here in Serbia instead of being helpful to me, which admittedly is an issue. But we're going to try for it anyway. If I can get my army together, do we dare try to run over to Achaia real quick and use my navy to block them so they have to go around? Yes, I think we try. I will use my navy coming this way and then land over here. Looks like Naxos, who is the vassal of Venice, is going to lose their ship immediately over here. We're going to have to do a little bit of naval battles ourselves, it looks like. Okay, it looks like Athens is now heading over here, which we might be able to stop them from doing much. We are going to be engaging against their fleet, that's fine. And let's send our diplomats somewhere else. Can I please leave this? Thank you. Let's improve relations with Austria and with Poland for now. on the off chance we are able to do something. Did I capture some ships? No. Well, maybe. I did capture a ship. What do you know? Oh, that's nice. Wait. Oh, if I can finish building the ship in 162 days, we're going to get the Crusader mission done early. That would be nice. All right, we're going to pop up over here, and as long as they can't get this siege, they can't come after me. So we're going to go ahead and drop you off. Venice. Where are you? You've got 14,000 troops sitting up here in Venice proper. You've got your navy, at least. That is something, but not quite what I need. I need you to get over here. No, Epirus, this is mine. Epirus! Go, no, I don't know where he's going. He's gotten onto his boats. I don't know what he's... I think he's suiciding himself over here. He's taking this island. Oh, okay. Espirite de Corps. Well, thank you. All right, we managed to get over here. That's great. Let's go ahead and try to bring over these guys as well. But I will leave behind... I want to leave behind at least one boat. Which sounds dumb. But it prevents them from crossing, and as long as their navy doesn't pop over here, we're fine. And actually, I don't see their navy. Where'd they go? Did Venice already destroy their entire navy? No, they did not. So I don't know where they all went. Oh, there they are. Hello! Okay, well, that's probably okay, as long as we're willing to grab that real quick. You stay here. You move across over here. How about right here, actually, in Corinth? We'll take that, and then we can jump on Athens' troops up here in Morea. Now, the fact that this is sieged down by... Actually, maybe we want to leave this to them. The fact that this is sieged down by Epirus is going to be a bit of a complication to me. Depending on a few situations. We'll see. Looks like these guys have decided to go and fight over here, which is a bit stupid. Okay, have fun with that, I guess. Sure, we'll come over here and we'll kill these guys over in the Highlands, I guess. Why not? Crush. Okay. You still haven't managed to grab Arta, which is fine by me. Now, one thing I want to do is actually get into Athens quickly so that I control the siege here, so that Venice will not be able to win this siege. That's kind of important to me, because I do not want to hand this land off to Venice. I would like to take Athens for myself. Now, the reason that I want to do it this way, right, with the... debating whether I want to pull this ship back or not. The reason I want to do things this way is because the next mission... If we go to Foothold in Greece, if we can own 5 provinces in the Morea and the Aegean archipelago areas, or Aegean, whatever. If we can hold 5, which is basically Athens, plus these 3 provinces, plus Rhodes that I already own, that's the 5 I would need to then gain claims in northern Greece, Macedonia, Thrace, and Hudavendigar. Or is it Macedonia? I don't know. Everyone... I keep hearing different things about that one. But that's like a lot of claims. That's like all of this. I would love to get that. Now, it's not absolutely crucial for my achievement run, but it would be very, very nice to do, would it not? I think so. I would still like to try to grab, let's say, this right here. So I'll leave Naxos to help me siege down Athens. Let me grab this real quick just so you can't train up any more reinforcements in that general vicinity. And how many more troops do you have? 6, 7? All of their troops are over here. So if I sent even one soldier over into Byzantium and just sat it here on Constantinople, then they would not be able to train up any more troops, and that would guarantee that I will control the siege in the future. That could be good. Crusader fleet! Thank you. Take that, and now I have claims on all of this. Telling you guys, knights are fun. The knights get a lot of fun. Hey, here comes Venice. Go kill. Go kill him. Get him. Wait, aren't you supposed to be helping me fight Serbia? Whatever, it's fine. I am going to send 1 infantry over Myan to Constantinople. Nothing else really matters there. I'm just trying to use them to hold on to things over here to make sure they don't train up any more troops, which so far I don't see any evidence that they are, which is good. And that means once their army does get killed, hopefully by Venice, they just die outright. Byzantium is done for at that point. So we're just going to land you right here. It's going to take a while. We're just going to land you right here, and then we're going to forget about you for a bit. Hello, what's going on? Venice is coming to kill them. Yes. Feed upon your anger. Now, I really would prefer that Epirus doesn't take this. That's a stack wipe. Gotta bada bada boom. He's trying to train some troops, but now he can't. Sucker. Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and move the fleet over here. We're just going to enjoy some blockades for a bit. I really would prefer not to deal with the Byzantine Navy, if at all possible. Not worried about this anymore. Let's go ahead and get all of our ships together. Oh, wait. Ah, ha, ha, ha. You left 5 ships over here for some reason. Hi, how you doing? Okay, so, Venice. If you want to either fight Serbia or if you want to go to Constantinople, that would be ideal. I'm going to say that this is a goal for you. Let's see if you move your troops there. If you instead go and take out the capital of Serbia, both are acceptable options to me. But I've got things situated right here. I don't need any help in Athens. I got this one under control. So, Venice, I need you to go and do something different. We need to rely on your military power to actually carry me to some victory here. And then we need to hope that we can win this war quickly, so that we don't have to worry about the Ottomans declaring war on Byzantium. That way I can take an easy vassal, no problem whatsoever. Where are you going? Looks like you're going to go and fight against Serbia, which is fine. I have already died and lost a stability. That sucks. We are going to go for an heir in... Where do we want an heir? We could go for papal guy who gets me papal influence. Could go for some devotion. I guess I'll just go for a merchant son or something. A 1, 2, 4. Meh. Meh. That's not so good. We lost our super nice general, which sucks. So let's go ahead and pull him back off and get another one, I guess. Doink. Still no siege value. Man, that was nice, though. I liked having that siege value. Oh, well. Losing a stability is actually a really big deal, because the only province that we own... Oh, hello, Venice. Thank you. The only province that we own is actually Orthodox, despite the fact that I am a Catholic nation. So that poses a bit of a problem, unsurprisingly. Yeah, so this is now freed up at least, which is great. I think I need 9 soldiers in order to take on Constantinople. There goes Athens. Now, we can make this work if I'm willing to spend a lot of money. And I kind of am, is the thing. All I need to do is get my local mercenaries together, and we can probably start working on the siege. So we're going to go ahead and start moving some troops over here. Hopefully we don't have to fight him for too much. Venice, I need you to keep your navy nearby, please and thank you. That would be very, very nice of you, if you would. Please do that. Please do that. Or you can go and fight over here. I mean, either one's fine. Looks like they're actually working on a siege in Treviso, so Serbia is distracted, and you're actually going to run rampant up here, which is perfect. I might be able to get some extra money that way. Ottomans have allied Tlemcen. Okay. Ottomans have not fought anybody. Sometimes they go for Byzantium right away. Sometimes they go Albania. Sometimes they go Dulkadir. I am hoping they go Dulkadir, because that one's relatively easy for me. We definitely need a lot of admin power. I'm actually going to go for a stability cost modifier guy, believe it or not, because I need to pay off this stability. And making it cheaper is nice. Here's the problem. We have so much religious disunity, and that is to say we have absolutely no unity of any kind, and it is making the cost of stability so unbelievably high. Missionary strength actually... still not enough. Darn it. I was hoping it would end up being enough for me to actually begin the conversion process. Oh well. Yeah, that's a lot of separatists, unfortunately. That's a problem. It's a pretty big problem, actually. Well, here comes my navy. We're going to drop off a few more troops. I can go over to our mercenaries and grab the local ones and bring them into Athens, I guess. Which isn't exactly the best use of my time and money. But if it lets me make progress on Constantinople so I siege it down faster, then maybe it ends up making the difference. Ottomans declared war on Dulkadir. Okay, the clock is ticking. I've got a little bit of time to make some progress and try to get Constantinople down. If I can get Constantinople down before the Ottomans do anything, then I'm golden, and this campaign just got a lot easier. If I cannot, well, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? We're going to reduce my army maintenance a bit because I'm losing a lot of money, and I frankly don't need it for a siege if he doesn't have any troops. So we're not going to worry about that. Venice is going to siege down a fort over here. Okay, I would have preferred you went for the capital, but that's fine. You may not have the option. Needing a lot of troops over here kind of sucks. Really wish we had that siege general still. Him dying early on is actually a big deal. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. I also wish that I had enough cannons that I could, like, just blast a hole in his fort early on, but we did not build enough galleys for that. It would have taken a little bit too long, I think. Still, we'll make this one work. There's the troops we needed. I can pull a couple off, I suppose. Let's suppose that I pulled off, like, an infantry... we'll leave behind a little bit. But let's pull, let's say, my cavalry back and just not take the losses on that. I want to leave behind at least 10,000 troops, so if I take some attrition, we still are making siege progress. And now it's a race. It is a race to see how fast we can get this down. And that's going to take a bit of luck. And I don't much care for luck, but let's see if we can help this along with a siege. Or, sorry, a blockade over here. Noble rebels and the Ottomans early on? That's weird. Okay, I'll go with it, though. Okay, they lost Treviso. Hopefully Venice doesn't leave me high and dry to die. I would happily give you guys some territory over here against Serbia if you would like. I'm just saying, that's not a big deal. The important thing is I control Athens. So as long as I gain Constantinople and Athens, we can take these two provinces for myself and then vassalize Byzantium. And I've got everything I want, and I don't think I have to give anything to Venice. I don't even think they'll be too upset about that. I could be wrong. But if we lose that alliance, well, then we'll just go suck up to Hungary a little bit. How's that sound? Speaking of alliances, let's take a look. Okay, so Poland has too many relations. That's not unusual, and so does Austria. Yeah, kind of sucks. Let's hedge our bets and start improving relations with Hungary just in case Venice gets mad. I would love the extra admin power. Worth it. And maybe, just maybe, if Venice does break things off with me, I can get an alliance with Hungary and that saves me. Maybe. Development cost, tolerance of heathens. Doesn't matter too much. Okay, making good progress over here. Not making any progress in Constantinople, unfortunately. This does take a bit of luck on my end. Wish we had a siege general. Really, really wish we had a siege general. Okay, so now Venice is going to go and siege down Treviso again. I might be able to get Serbia out of this. If I can get Serbia out and make Venice come down over here so I can save myself the effort, that would be ideal. So they would like out. Can I take your war reps? Yep. Can I take some money off of you? Aha, yep. That's all I want then. I don't care if you're allied to Bosnia or whoever the heck else. They don't matter to me. Herzegovina? Sure, go for it. I don't care. Give me your money. Thank you. Okay, so that means they're out. Venice is going to probably waste their time sieging back Treviso. Or they will be helpful and they will send their troops over here, which is what I would prefer for them to do. Good news is we have money, so at least we don't have to worry too much about going bankrupt in this war, which is great. Absolutely great. Let's continue improving relations with Austria, I guess. How's the Papal State feeling about me? They're sort of okay still. We don't have a cardinal, unfortunately, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to try for any special papal influence stuff. But a little extra papal influence to get, I don't know, tax modifiers and stuff, more stability. I mean, that's great. Wait, only 100? Did this used to cost 200? No, it used to cost 100. 100's right. Never mind. Thinking of it wrong, thinking of it wrong. Here comes Venice. Yes. Thank you. I'll be able to actually retreat my troops and let you take the rest of the hits. I'll leave behind some troops to make sure that I still control the siege technically, just to make sure. Just to make sure you don't do something I wouldn't like. We're actually doing okay-ish on the rebels, which shocks me. Alright. How's the Ottomans doing against Dulkadir? They are almost done. Again, I really need to rush this out. Make this fast so that we don't have to risk the Ottomans declaring war on Byzantium. We can go ahead and disband the mercs. That'll save me a bit of money. Let's try to chase their navy back, make sure they don't get involved in anything. They're going to retreat. That's what I wanted. Okay, we're going to pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4 infantry is all I can afford to do right now. And we're going to have you guys retreat as well. Just save myself some of the attrition. Venice is doing the job. Do not want to fight their navy. So, I mean, unless Venice wants to keep their navy over here. Which it looks like they're not. So we're just going to back on up, and we're going to accept that we're not going to get as good of a blockade. Oh, the timing of that, though. Boom! Okay, 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 okay. All right, yeah, all right, all right, all right. This is it. This is the one. Please do not declare war on the Byzantium in the next 2 weeks, Ottoman. Don't even think about it. I need a diplomat. For once, the sieges worked for me. Oh, hello. Okay. We may have to wait until this combat is done. I am taking Constantinople and Athens for myself. Then I am going to vassalize you, and you're not willing to accept yet, but once this naval combat is done, I think you will change your mind. Please retreat and don't, I mean, you don't have to die. I mean, I'd like you to keep some ships. It's helpful. Okay, they got to keep some ships. So, are you willing to do this now? Yes, they are. And you were not defending in a war, right? No, they attacked. Which means I'm not going to get called into a war that I don't want, which means I just got everything I wanted. Boo frickin' yeah. 22 ducats is okay, I suppose. Nothing else matters over here. Revoke cores? Nah, we're not going to worry about that. Okay, and a coalition of yourself, and you're going to be my vassal. Boom! Boom! Okay, got him. So that's excellent. Let's go ahead and begin the coring process of Athens and Constantinople. And now we officially have a foothold in Greece, which means I just got claims on all of this. I'm telling you, the knights aren't bad. The knights aren't bad. This is pretty fun. Okay. Well, to that extent, I think we need to end this here video. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. All right, let's go ahead and do it.